This is Wilderness News.
And now, we move to the story developing in Carmel. Shortly following the death of Samuel, the hero, David, took to the wilderness of Paran. After sending his men to confront Nabal, asking for food on a feast day, Nabal rejected David's offer. We now go live to the property of Nabal with our field reporter, Brian.
Go.
Thank you, Tim. Since our last broadcast, things have taken a dramatic turn here in Carmel. We are told from inside sources that after David's men had met with Nabal, his wife Abigail had gathered servants with her to deliver a peace offering to David.
Abigail's servants learned of Nabal's rejection of David's request and feared for their lives. They spoke to Abigail in hopes of speaking reason to the owners of the estate. If not for her interaction, David's men would have raided his estate and taken the goods by force. Our inside sources assure us that David was armed and prepared to act on the information provided to him by his messengers.
We're about to visit Nabal himself for an in-depth interview exclusive to Wilderness News. And there's Abigail now to greet us on the way in. Hey there, Abigail. Thank you for meeting us out here. How was the feast that your husband held last week?
I'm sorry, Brian, but my husband's not feeling well. He fell ill after I told him what happened to David.
So Nabal was completely unaware of your assistance to David?
When I finally told him what happened to David, it was almost as if his heart just died. He hasn't left his bed in almost 10 days, and now he won't eat or drink. I'm at a loss of what to do.
Oh my goodness. Do you mind if we come in to see him, Abigail?
Hopefully there's something you can do.
Let's go in.
Brian, describe to us what we're seeing here. This is news to all of us, even at the station.
I'm not too certain, but it appears that Nabal has just died. Oh my Yahweh!
I will tell him at once!
It is confirmed that Nabal has died from what appears to be either malnutrition, shock, or maybe even poisoning. I really don't know what to make of this situation, Tim. It's really quite shocking, actually. Wait, is that?
Blessed be the Lord who has judged the most instructed me as kept his servant from evil. The Lord has now returned his evil doing upon the ball's head.
Tim, let's go back to you for a second, if we can.
It appears that the situation has taken a new dramatic turn, once again. In case you're joining just now, the situation between David and Nabal has resulted in the death of Nabal. David has confirmed that it was the will of the Lord to punish Nabal for insulting David and his men after they had protected his estate. What led to the death of Nabal came after the night of the feast, the next day when his wife Abigail told him what she had done and sent supplies to David and his men. His heart had died within him, and he had become like a stone. About 10 days after that, just now, Nabal has passed away from what seems to be the will of God. Brian, are you still with us?
Yes, Tim, we are still indeed here.
Tell us, what's happening there right now?
Well, you see, David and his men seem to be celebrating. If nothing else, the strange death of Nabal is a sign of the Lord being on David's side.
Celebrating? How is Abigail reacting to the death of her husband?
I believe she is still in mourning right now, Tim, as any woman in this situation rightfully would be.
Can you confirm that David and his men are still armed?
We left the room to give Abigail a moment with her husband and the Lord, but I can confirm that when David came, he was in his armor with his sword on his side. There was no violence on his behalf.
Have any new developments been made since we last had footage coming from your location?
No, not yet.
Wait! David and Abigail are approaching.
Let's try and get some footage of this.
One.
David, Abigail, is there anything you would like to say about this situation to our viewers?
I have something to say. Will you marry me?
Yay!
Gather her 5 minutes so they may attend to her.
Well, Tim, it looks like this story has a happy ending after all. David and Abigail are to be wed. Here's to you, live from Carmel.
It's not every day you hear of the Lord striking down one of David's enemies. An exciting tale that is unfolded before you, our viewers, on Wilderness News. When we come back from this commercial break, find out what's up with Saul as we check on his previous defensive strategies and compare it to what he's going to do with his forces in the future. As the Philistines' attacks increase against Israel, we're only bound to find out what happens next. And you'll only find out here on Wilderness News.